Every mythology begins with creation, light, order, life. That's the version they teach you. I know, because I was there when it happened. All of it. Every single one of them. Here's what they leave out. Every single one of them begins with a body, with a killing. 5 different worlds, 5 different cultures, one dark pattern. By the end of this video, you will never look at the beginning of everything the same way again. Let's start with Greece. I remember it well, and their endlessly busy gods. Everything begins with Uranus, the god of the sky, lying on top of Gaia, the earth goddess, constantly, without stopping. His own children, the Titans, cannot be born because their father is simply there, taking up everything, all of it. Not out of cruelty, not out of fear. He simply exists, and that alone is enough for nothing else to exist. I watched it happen. And honestly, the situation was absurd. Gaia hands her son Cronus an adamantine sickle and tells him exactly what needs to be done. Cronus doesn't hesitate. He attacks Uranus and separates the sky from the earth. Forever. And here is where it stops being a family story. Uranus's blood falls to the ground, and from it, new beings literally grow. The Furies, goddesses of vengeance, the giants, the nymphs. None of this comes from love or light. It comes from blood and a son who finally ran out of patience. The first act of Greek creation is not light or grace. It's a family conflict, resolved with a sickle. But Greece was still relatively mild. Relatively. You should have seen what happened in the north. I was there when it began. And unfortunately, I was there when it ended. In the beginning there was Ginnunga Gap, an absolute void between ice and fire. From it emerges Ymir, the first living being in that universe. A giant, powerful, loud, completely certain of his right to exist. Then Odin, Vili and Ve arrive, 3 brothers, sons of Bor. They looked at Ymir as an obstacle. They killed him, cold-blooded and without hesitation. And then they used the body as raw material. I am not exaggerating. Odin and his brothers take Ymir's body and build everything from it. His muscles and flesh become the earth. His blood becomes the oceans and rivers. And by the way, that is exactly why seawater is salty. Think about that next time you're at the beach. His bones become mountains. His teeth and bone fragments become cliffs and boulders. His skull is lifted up and becomes the sky. His hair becomes forests. And even his brain doesn't go to waste. It's thrown upward and becomes the clouds. I watched all of it. It was impressive and deeply unsettling. The Norse world is not a creation in any traditional sense. It is the most ambitious recycling project in the history of existence. Ymir probably wouldn't have approved, but no one asked him. Egypt, I remember differently. No sickle, no killing. But the same principle, Geb and Nut, god of earth and goddess of sky, existed fused together from the very beginning, inseparable. And in that fusion there was nothing, no space, no air, no room for anything to emerge. Their children were trapped between them, unable to enter the world. Completely trapped. Then Ra commands Shu, the god of air, to separate them. Shu rises between Geb and Nut and forces them apart. Geb stays below, he becomes the earth. Nut is raised up, she becomes the sky. And in that gap, for the very first time, space appears. Air, sunlight, a place where life can exist. Nut and Geb remain separated to this day. She stretches above him, a curved arc of stars. He lies beneath her, and between them, the entire Egyptian world. I watched Nut reach toward Geb the moment they were separated. She never stopped reaching. Egypt did the same thing as Greece and the Norse, just quieter and considerably more elegant. That was always their strength. Then there are the Slavs, and they went even further. They turned destruction into not an event, but an eternal law. I remember two restless gods, Perun and Veles. They hated each other from the very beginning. Perun, god of thunder and order, lives above. Veles, god of the underworld and chaos, lives below. Between them, a war that never ends. Veles rises from the underworld and does what he always does: steals the cattle, poisons the rivers, unravels everything Perun spent centuries building. Centuries. Perun doesn't sit still. He comes down and destroys him with lightning. Veles hides. In trees, in stone, in water. Perun strikes everything: trees, rocks, even the water. Don't be surprised if you notice that sometime. Eventually, Veles retreats back underground. Order is restored. The world holds together until the cycle begins again. And it always does. I have watched this cycle thousands of times. Thousands. In Slavic mythology, there is no first creation after which everything settled into peace. There is only a constant conflict that keeps everything from falling apart. Order is not a condition. It is a result of a fight that never stops. Stop that fight, and the world ends. Not a cheerful thought, especially not for the Slavs. And finally, Japan, the quietest version of all. And if I'm being honest, the most precise. I remember Izanagi and Izanami, two gods standing on the floating bridge of heaven, lowering the sacred spear Ono no Kozuchi into the primordial ocean. They stir the water and lift the spear. From the drops falling off its tip, the first islands are born. Then more islands. Then the gods of wind, sea, mountains, forests. Creation feels gentle here, until it doesn't. Izanami gives birth to Kagutsuchi, the god of fire, and dies from the burns during childbirth. Not in battle, not at the hands of an enemy. Simply by bringing something new into the world, she pays for it with her life. I was standing right there. There was nothing to be done. Some things happen because they have to. And in the exact moment of her death, a boundary forms between the land of the living and Yomi, the land of the dead. A boundary that had never existed before. Izanagi goes to Yomi to bring her back. He finds her, but she has already changed. Her body is decaying. She has become part of death itself. He runs. She follows. He seals the entrance with a massive stone. They shout to each other through that barrier. He says he will bring 1,000 lives into the world each day. She says she will take 1,500. And that is how the balance between birth and death was established in Japanese mythology. Not by design. From the wreckage of two gods who once loved each other. Japanese mythology puts it simply: birth and death are the same action. You're just looking at it from different sides. 5 different civilizations, 5 different tragedies. People who never knew one another, living on opposite ends of the world. Egypt, Greece, Scandinavia, the Slavs, Japan. And every single one of them, completely independently, arrived at the same conclusion. For something to appear, something else must disappear. For there to be space, something must be torn apart. For a world to be born, something must die. This is not coincidence. Coincidences of this magnitude do not exist. These myths were never about gods. They were about the law that governs everything, including what is happening in your life right now. But that is a whole other story.